I've thought about killing myself multiple times when I was younger. After the accident, after school, I was ready to end it.
A lot of people have this perception with the big burnout cars, and most people just go like, it's drug money.
A comp's not cheap. Getting to some of these comps, they're nuts.
The only thing in life that can't be fixed is death.
To see mum in tears and dad in tears, it's not worth it. You're not wrecking your life because you're gone. You're wrecking everyone else's. You can deal with the issues and try and cover them up, as we'll say. I'm not out of it. You'll never be out of it. It's always going to be chasing you. It's always going to be a little devil on your shoulder. I can go places. I can go to comps right now and I can walk up to random people and I can sit there and go, you're not vibing. Like, you're not yourself. You might not be able to get out of them, but if you can reassure them or say, hey, look, after it's done, give me a message. Let me know you're home. That is the best thing I've figured out you can do, is just making sure people are all right.
Welcome to the Better Bloke podcast. I'm Matty.
I'm Rob.
And we're just a pair of average blokes on a mission to try and be a little bit less average.
We're going to speak about all things highs and lows of what it feels like to be a bloke, plus speak to some legends along the way about what it takes to be a better bloke. Let's get stuck in.
Welcome back, and we are joined by a bloke known best for his tiny little car. It's captured the hearts and the imagination of blokes and blokettes all around the country, and it's, of course, Swifty. How we doing?
Good, definitely good.
But it's not just Swifty, it's our mate Jack. Because you are more than just the car that you have built and drive so hard. And that's the whole purpose of getting you on this. It's just about finding out who you are as a bloke.
Definitely, there's a lot to unpack.
Well, let's unpack it then.
He's on the couch. Yeah, so you're best known for the car, but we want to know about you. We know about you. We want everyone else to know about you. So where should we start? Should we start with the journey up?
Well, I want to find out. So, Jack, who are you to yourself? Like, if you had to go and describe yourself to just some random person, what do you say?
Well, I'm 24 years old. I've been in the auto electrician mechanic trade for nearly 10 years, I'm going to say. I dropped out of school when I was nearly, 14? Year 9, whatever that is. I don't know. I don't catch time. Had a fair bit of rough coming up. Always awesome with family and everything, but got bored through school as you do when you're an outsider kid. Watched me nan have an accident, watched me nan pass away, rolled a ute down the road, all the horrible things that happened. Got severely depressed. Tried heaps of things, nothing really worked, went to alcohol, then built my first burnout ute, which was at HTVS, and it did 200 sets, and it was just me to a T. It was just a party car. And then I built the Swift, and as we were building the Swift, I decided that I needed to stop drinking because I was spending too much money on alcohol. So I started driving taxis on the side, and we built the Swift in 9 months in the back shed with the family, with me mum, my dad, Scott and Susan, my brother Ricky, and his work. And yeah, we're now where we are today. Through a lot more, but yeah, that's basically who I am.
Well, lucky we got a whole podcast to rip into it.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
do.
Definitely.
You just gotta breathe. It's just a chat with the boys, brother.
Yes,
That's
definitely.
all it is. And we have had plenty of those chats, so there's
Definitely.
it can be a little bit confronting though. There's a lot of lights and cameras here, and
Yeah, got to say the right things.
no, you don't. No.
Not at all.
You say whatever you want to say.
You're just such a genuine bloke. I'd say you're quite country. Like you live in Parks, right?
Yeah, Parks.
Yeah. So this morning you had a 3-4 hour drive, or was that last night?
I came down last night to the pub at, Bootleggers, and had a few rums and had some dinner and got to Sydney, and it was another random experience because there's no car trailer on, which doesn't feel right to come to Sydney without a car. And then, being first ever flight this morning, which was a totally weird feeling, not being in control, and just, not right feeling, but I'm here.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because so you're 24, and because it's like we fly so regularly that it's crazy to speak to someone and actually have a chat to you and be like, what was the first time flying like?
It was just, I don't know. It was just, off the ground, couple of bumps, and then just looking at the clouds going, holy crap. Like, you couldn't see much, and it was just a weird feeling.
How about even coming into land and like seeing sort of the coastline? You would have seen all that.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like, it was, as I said to the lady beside me, I've never seen it from up here. I've always just drove in, and it's just such a different view, different vibe. There's no real chitter chatter. It's all real quiet. It's all real, just, I don't know.
Were you nervous hopping on the flight?
Oh, 100%. I didn't have control. I don't like not having control. Control's awesome, but still new things in life.
Yeah, no, it's like it's so cool. Like I don't know, like I've never really sort of thought about chatting to someone that hasn't flown before and finding out what the experience was like. And yeah, no, it's really cool.
Yeah,
it's cool to hear like your thoughts. I want to speak to you after you fly back because you've like the first time's always going to be different.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'll have a chat to you when you land back home.
definitely. It'll be interesting.
Let's rip into your involvement in the car scene. So your parents are kind of car nuts. So were you kind of?
Oh, they're more than kind of, but yes.
So you've, I guess, grown up in the scene in one way or another. So has it always been like a massive instrumental part of your life?
So mum and dad went to some nats before, I think it was basically before I was born. They went through the rides at some nats. They went to all the parties at some nats. They were there. And then we kind of started growing up and we started building bikes. Like the parents had bikes and the pop had bikes and all that. So we kind of got out of the cars. Dad sold his HQ. We did bikes. And then we had a falling out with Pop. And we then kind of got back into the cars. My sister bought a car. I think my brother had the Monaro. And then we pulled out Nan's HX. It was originally a 202. We put an LS in it, the 9-inch, the glide, all the fancy bits in it, in the front shed of 9 months as a family. And then it kind of all started there. We've always had bikes, like vintage bikes. I got a Matchless. Dad's got a couple of Rudges, a couple of BSAs. Brother's got a couple of BSAs. And then we went from there and we've kind of now stepped back from all the bikes and gone full car nut. I got myself my ute, as I said. It's kind of retired, semi-retired after 200 sets. The Swift, got the Hilux, which cops are hiding. It's done like 37 Ks, towing in the last year and a half, 2 years. And Mum's just bought herself a new old school Jag, which we got a rust bucket and a nice one. We're going to make it pretty for Mum, so she has a toy. The sister and the brother-in-law, which I work for, has a 383 stroker and a Commodore. The brother just put a 1,000 horsepower barrier in the Monaro. It parties. It's with a 30-day build, after work, after driving taxis, after all the life. And yeah, it's loving life so far. The Swift loves life until it breaks, but when you thrash them as hard as we do, you kind of expect that. Going through 80 litres of fuel in a weekend and too many tyres, too many dollars worth of tyres.
So like, I think it's comfortable to say that the car scene is everything to you then, isn't it?
Yeah, cars life.
Like that's your purpose,
Yeah. I missed Christmas last year, as I was saying to you, Summer Nats, to get to Summer Nats. I went to Sydney on Chrissy Day to get the car tuned on Boxing Day. Like, cars are life. Without cars, I don't know what I am.
You said earlier you had a few trials and tribulations growing up. You struggled with the mental health a little bit. Did the cars, were they a catalyst of sort of finding some normality, finding some balance?
In a way, yes. It was more the 1 minute, the 2 minutes, however long the burnout is, it's my headspace. It's clear, it's just simple. You know what I mean? And the busy side of it also helps. You know what I mean? Working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People go, you can't do it. I'm like, I got to. Otherwise my head stops and I thought. So I was just working to the weekend and then going to events and working on other people's cars just to keep my head busy. And then with the Swift, it's the same thing. But as we've said, I've got more professional at it. It's more of a business, quote unquote, business. You know what I mean? There's a lot more behind it. So you kind of go to the events now and it's the same thing. I got that many more people come and talk to me. So I'm getting a bit better with it. But it's all a learning curve. It's definitely weird. But we're getting there.
You have progressed, and we were saying, like I've said this to you so many times, but from our first interaction ages ago to now, and watching you progress as Jack, not so much just as Swifty, but as Jack, you are getting so much better speaking to people and being comfortable with the fact that you are a prominent figure. Like you're a big dog. That took you a long time to, like, you still struggle with, I can tell when I say that.
Definitely.
But you are getting so much better at that. Are you proud of yourself for?
I'm 100% proud of where I've come from. Like, not where from come from, of course, you mean, but from where we started, basically 2 years of memories are now. The car's 2 years old, as I said to you before. The car, when people used to come up and say, who owned it? I said the old boy. I couldn't handle people. It's not people scared me. It was just the talks. It was just too many at once. I'm ADD and non-autistic as they called me, which I don't know what that means, but non-autistic. But people coming up to me and just bombarding me, it was just like, holy crap, woo. I've just got off the pad, or, something just happened. Just give me 3 minutes to work out what's going on. Where now you park it back in the pits, dad or somebody else walks over and you talk. The car's the car and it'll be fine tomorrow. You just got to learn that life balance where you look after yourself and you can still sneak away, but the people are getting better. Not the people, but I'm getting better than people.
I think it's good for you to remember as well is that, like, you're still so young. And this is such a new experience for you with being in everyone's face and everyone wanting to speak to you and get to know you and see the car and do everything that comes along with it. That, like, everyone struggles with getting to know that. And even the people that you look at that go, they do this so well, they're so used to it. That could just be a front where you're being real and going like, just give me some space.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of people wish that they had the courage to be able to say that. So I think that's just little things that you need to remember with that.
Definitely. As I say, it's good. The people are awesome. It's what keeps us going, especially the young ones. The amount of people that come up, looking around the cars, you can tell the young ones are interested. I'd love to know how many people, like little ones, adults, young ones, any of them, there'll be that many photos that I have not seen, because the amount of people that I say, jump in, you can't hurt any more than I have, because the smile on their face when you throw them a sticker and they're sitting in the car that they've looked at for the last 2 years is awesome. It keeps you going. Just the smiles. And then you turn around to mum or dad and the mum and dad are smiling because, I don't know, these days the scene's changed a bit and I don't know, it's just, I enjoy the smiles.
It's a supernatural response as you grow into something new to be a bit unsure of yourself in it. You would have grown up like watching the likes of Jake Myers, Lynchy, all those boys, and now essentially you're one of them. You're in that scene. Do you think there's like an element of dealing with imposter syndrome where you're physically there, but maybe your brain is still watching them and you're struggling with allowing yourself to admit you're on that level?
In a way, yes. In a way, no. In some ways, I look at it and go, I used to go to a comp and do 6 sets in the old ute because that was a party, where these days I'd prefer to do the 2 sets, the 2 qualifying kids, and then be in the crowd and be with it. And I used to look at them and go, bloody hell, they only spend a minute with each person. And these days, I look at that and go, you have to. If you sat there any longer than a minute, your day's gone. You go to a comp and you can do your 2 skids, like your qualifying skids, and go back to the grandstands or wherever, and the day's gone from just all the awesome conversations. But you understand why you've got to go from one person to the next. Like you can't just sit in one group. But I don't know how they do it some days. Like just the crowds you see around some of them are just nuts. But I guess, as you say, you grow into it, but it's still weird even from my perspective, watching Lynchy and watching the rest of them. And it's just weird vibes. Because now I'm one of the drivers, I can talk to Lynchy, I can talk to Jake Myers and all that. But growing up, you'd be shy to talk to him. And it's just a different vibe. I don't know what it is about it, but as soon as you get to that scene and that, not level, but the level, where you're competing pretty good, and you start talking to drivers.
He doesn't even want to say he's on this level when he's...
Yeah, like...
She's like, no, you're there, brother.
Yeah, you're 100% competing with them and you're on that level, but you're still... I don't know. You'll get there.
That's why you're so, I guess, lovable, is because you're so fucking genuine. Yeah.
I'm just there for the party. I'm just there to learn. The car's 2 years old and we've only just figured out how to drive it because we've been chasing smoke the whole time. Somebody said, grab some Spanifoam from Bunnings and jam down the seals. Best advice ever. I can actually now see out the front window.
Well, that's handy.
Dad used to have to hang out the window and point to where to go around the paddock.
Yeah, wow.
And it was just like I was having troubles. And somebody said that to me, one of the big boys. And I said, okay. And I did it and it was the best thing ever. But I took Mum in the car at Autofest and she's like, this is the most fun I've ever had with me clothes on. I'm like, Mum, you can't say that.
Yeah.
But that's... that's what you put on Facebook.
That's such a thing that your mum would say.
Oh, 100%. You've all met the parents. And Mum put that on Facebook and I'm like, Mum, you can't... you can say that. Why not? But Mum's first time in the Swift. She'd been in the VS and a couple other cars, but She was like, I looked over at one point and she just had the biggest grin, and that makes you just that happy.
It's good.
Definitely fun.
I remember the night we got down to, and like you saying about, you know, Jack looking up to like Lynchy and Jake and like all those boys that everyone considers like the big guys. I remember the first night we got to Summer Nats, or we got down there, so we hadn't even bumped in, and we met up with like, we met up for dinner with you.
This was New Year's Eve.
For New Year's Eve, and we thought, hey, let's go just buy some beers and hand them out to the boys that are just, you know, maybe just cruising around town and just try and spread some joy. And I remember we cruised around and we pulled into like the car park because we saw the Swift there, and we're like, oh yeah, we'll go see what Jack's doing. And it was such a you thing because
I remember this.
In the middle of the car park, Lynchy's new Stato was just propped up on the jack. Everyone's rolling around underneath it, trying to figure it all out. And it had the 0001 tag on it. So like it was like that's the front running car for this year. And nothing but dramas. And there's Jack just rolling around into the car, trying to sort it all out with all the boys. And we didn't even realise that it was Lynchy's car until we're just like, oh yeah, no, sweet.
Yeah.
There's Jack. But that set up that scene all weekend. You were the thing that you were most known for in the whole entire community is your want and desire to genuinely help people. Like you do. Everyone knows you for
I
that.
don't like people, like if I've got a part that somebody needs, or if I got something that somebody can get going again, I'd prefer them to have it. Like the New Zealand boys with the alternators. I went up to camp and chopped up the jumper leads because they're like, oh, you can't do that. I'm like, but you got a skid tomorrow. Why can't I? You know what I mean? It's 12 o'clock at night. We're not going to Bunnings. I don't need them. I just, whatever. Like, it's just the wheel. It's what I do. If I've got a part or if I've got the knowledge and I can help, I'm helping. It does not bother me. I'd prefer to see the boys out there skidding than sit in the pits. It's a lot of money to get the car there, one. And two, if you get there and your car plays up, you can't help that. Cars are buggers of things. You might get it awesome on the dyno, you might get it awesome with the test skid. You get it there and it shook something loose on the trailer, and next minute you're sitting there going, I got nothing here. So I just enjoy and I'm happy to help.
Do you see like these other guys as competition? Because there would be a lot of people that would see a car broken down and go, okay, that's one less person I need to compete against. But you don't see it that way, do you?
Doesn't worry me. I'm there for a good time and I'm there to see everybody else happy. You know what I mean? It's what's the use of hating? You know what I mean? You might as well go to an event, and if you've got something and somebody needs it, here you go, have this. And if you take it off the car or whatever before you leave, I'm happy. But if you want it, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like I carry spare parts for myself and the family, of course. We were on the same cars, except for Ricky now, bloody Barra. But it's a different game. But so I carry parts for ourselves. Like I've pretty much got enough to fix anything other than a hole in the block. And even in that case, we'll probably drive home and fix it. But I'm happy just to see the boys out there partying, lapping, cruising. I prefer them to see them out there and enjoying the time instead of sitting in the grandstand going, shit, this sucks. But I've always done it from day dot. It's how I got my first design. I was at Wagga, one of the events in Wagga, River and Thrash Nats, and Visual Apparel put up a helping around the pad or something award like that, and I won it because they were watching me all weekend, and I'd go skid and then go help, and then go skid and then go help. I don't recognise as that. I just do it because I do it. It's not for the thanks or anything. It's just more for I love to see the boys out there partying.
Like that award, in my eyes, is a better award than taking out first place, because that's something that like everyone appreciates and respects.
Definitely. As I said, I don't do it for the thanks, but you know, when you win that type of thing, you go, okay, maybe I am doing something, if that makes sense. Because I don't think about it that way. I think about let's just party. But then you kind of get those type of awards. And then I did Motorfest, which is the Dubbo big car show with Matt Rendell runs and his wife and his team. And they put me in the Elite Hall. And that opened my eyes so much more for the car side, like car show side. I'm a skid man through and through. To have a car sitting there feels weird. But they invited me into the let's call it like the top 60 hall. So in a month we rebuilt the whole Swift, we resprayed it, we put 2 new quarters on it, we fixed it properly, made it to where it should be. and went in there and same thing, just walked around all weekend helping them. And I won the Young Gun Award there. And I was in tears. And everybody was like, why are you in tears? And I'm like, I'm in tears because I don't know, this is just not right. I'm not just here for that. I'm here to help and enjoy the weekend. And ever since then, Matt Rendell and his wife has always been behind me, which is awesome. They've donated a car to me for a motor and a gearbox just as spare parts. Just awesome help. But just things like that, that I don't recognise. And then you sit there and you're looking at them because they're all in the cupboard. Me, a couple of awards that I've won, you just sit there and you're nearly in tears because it's weird. I don't know. Just getting recognised for things that you don't look at getting recognised for, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. It's cool to get recognised for it, I reckon. I don't know what to think about it. Sitting here is awesome.
Yeah, it's just acknowledgement of being a good bloke, and you only get that if you're a good bloke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. But it's just weird when you can sit back and you go, holy crap, we're doing something for the community. But I enjoy it.
Good. I know we're here to talk about you, but it would be remiss if we didn't talk about the Swift. Can you give us, I guess, the bio of what is Swifty?
So we all sitting around a table. This is how it started. This is the best bit about it. We're all sitting around. So Ricky, the brother, Scott, the dad, and me. We're all sitting around, and I kept on taking the quarters off the VS because I like to party. And we're all sitting around drinking piss, and we're looking at Facebook Marketplace. We're looking at cruisers. We're looking at crap, like just random cars. $500, I think it was, in Wello, running and driving. I messaged the bloke. He didn't answer. So Ricky offered him $700, and he answered Ricky. And we said, oh, crap. So then we go like, mate, they were both us. We'll meet you in the middle at $650 or whatever it was, the price was. Drove to Wello, bring it home, did a front-wheel drive skid in the shed. Shittest skid ever, but it was funny as. And 2 days later, we had the LS sitting in it, just mocked up on a stand. And we just went from there. We built in the back shed for 9 months. I did all the fabrication work with the old boys. And Ricky made it look pretty. And we did a test and tune just before Summer Nats. Went to Summer Nats, had an awesome weekend. And yeah, ever since then, it's just grown. We've now got Howtech on board, which is awesome. 24/7 hose and fittings, like the supplier, like from we hoses. And just, we've grown as a team, like we tyre sponsor with Parks Tyre Power. Littlewood Smash Repairs, his brother owns that with his partner now. They always look after the paint. My sister and my brother-in-law owns AJ Suitors and Parks, sorry. You guys, you guys always sharing it. That helps a tremendous amount. It's just the support behind it right now is awesome. Like, we wouldn't be going places without all the guys. It's just awesome. But yeah, so that's Swifty. It's a little party car with an LS2 now, cast iron 6 litre block, a Power Glide that's currently broken, but it happens, and a Ford 9-inch and bagged all around.
I think that's the coolest thing. It's like when you see that thing bagged out, it's...
You haven't seen the front bags. We put front bags in it.
Did ya?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You've piqued my cue. How did that go?
So it's just VT front end.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of room in that front end, is
No,
it?
but it's just VT Commodore. So we just buy VT Commodore strut bags and they just bolt in, which is just weirdness. So yeah, for MotorX, we're going to redo the engine bay, make it look all pretty, bag the front again.
Have you figured out how you're going to cut your windscreen out for a blower yet?
It fits under the bonnet.
It fits under the bonnet, does it?
We fit a Maggie under the bonnet. That's why the motor's so far down and so far back. We can fit a blower under the bonnet.
It's coming.
Oh, once I win NA.
Win NA.
Yeah,
It's coming.
We'll chase Lynchy
That's coming.
and then we'll blow it. But I got a goal first. I got to be Lynchy. Not Lynchy, but don't want to be Lynchy, but
you want to...
I want to stand on that podium NA first. Don't know why.
That's so fair. Do you want to hit us with Bloke of the Week, sort of mid-ep?
So mid-episode's Bloke of the Week this week is a man who put up a post that it was sort of showing his emotion within the group. And his name is Sean Black. So he posted up about spending 87 days in NICU with his son.
Yep.
And he just wanted to sort of share his feelings with, I guess it was the feelings of the gratefulness of actually being able to sort of take his son home. And that post went absolutely massive. Like, so many people got around it, and it was just a really good thing for other blokes that have been through that to maybe reminisce on what it feels like to be a NICU dad or just a dad in general with a young child. So for that and being open to share his feelings on the situation of what he was going through, Sean Black is our bloke of the week.
Good work, Sean. We'll get a Blokes Advice merch pack coming your direction. So, yeah, we'll slide into the DMs. I think it's always good when guys take a step to put a bit of emotions out there, because it just, obviously that was a positive situation in the end. He got to take his son home. But there's times where the situation's not positive. And if there's someone leading the way and showing, hey, look, it is okay to talk about these harder things, it allows other people to
I'll add on to that. So at Summernats, I don't know if I mentioned, I think I mentioned you boys, we were parked up just because I randomly lap around Summernats. I park anywhere because I enjoy parking the thing. And I reckon this bloke must have been 40 at least. And he came up to me and you could see the tears in his eyes. And I'm no good with tears. I suck at tears. And he came up and he gave me a hug and he said, man, you and the boys are the reason that I'm still standing. Last night, sadly, I found my mate hanging. And we didn't know what was going to happen, blah, 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 all the rest of it, the sad shit that happened. And he said, but without you boys and without being able to talk about it, I wouldn't be able to talk about it. And he just hugged me for a good minute, I reckon, just talking to me and just crying. And it hits you. Yeah, man, as a bloke that's looked at trees and all the rest of the things that you do when you're not well in the head, yeah, I mean, when you finally open up to somebody, it's a weird, like, it's not a weird feeling, but it's a weird feeling for me because I'll say it right now, I've thought about killing myself multiple times when I was younger. Just couldn't handle life. Life was no good. Life was awesome, but life in my head didn't feel good. And yeah, he just came up and it hits. And since then I've had a few people, know the Bloke's Advice and know the group and come up and just have a chat to me. And it is awesome. I'm loving to see even the younger blokes as well, but the older blokes, the one that has that vibe that I can't talk because I'm old. But it's awesome to see some people open it up. Like, I don't know if you boys have seen it at some of the car events, but getting some of the old boys to talk, it's awesome. Like, the day I saw my old boy cry, I nearly cried. Like, it fucks me. Oh, shit. See? Told you. But just
Fuck, I just want to give you a hug now.
It's just awesome to see people open up. Yeah, I mean, when you'll find your battle and your battle's find you, it's fucked. I mean, my old boy lost our nan, and we won't go into it, but Pop turned into an arsehole and said a lot of things that you shouldn't say to your kids. And from that day on, I saw Dad cry, and I was like, I didn't think I'd ever see the old boy cry. And like, I mean, that's why it's awesome to see boys open up. Because after the accident, after school, I was ready to end it. I was, yeah, cool, this is too hard. I got a phone call from Mum. She didn't even know what I was doing. And that's what stopped me. And I only told her that not long ago. And that made her wrecked. Like, I've talked to the old boy about it. You can do that. You're in the back shed building cars. But to see Mum in tears and Dad in tears, it's not worth it. You're not wrecking your life because you're gone. You're wrecking everyone else's. So, inbox is always open. You boys are saying, just message us. Some of the group chat, some of the messages we see, some of the post, just hit home.
It's the thing. The only thing in life that can't be fixed is death.
Yep. You might be easier because you're gone, but you've wrecked everything else. And not being cocky, but that's what it is. You might think, okay, look, I'm over it. I'm going to finish myself. I'm going to be easy. But then you got to think about your family, your friends, the random Joe Blow that finds you. You've just fucked a whole lot more than what you could have fixed. I know it's a shit life some days, but it's fixable.
Yeah, you don't even have to maintain your own struggle to keep your family happy.
Yeah.
There is hope for you to get to a much better place.
Yeah.
You just need to start taking steps and doing the right things.
Yeah.
Learning about yourself.
Get out of that headspace. As I said, I went to alcohol. I used to get drunk every weekend, so I wasn't myself. And it helped at the time because, bloody hell, I wasn't myself. But the consequences were far worse than the few hours of happiness that weren't really happiness, because you'd wake up crook as a dog, you'd wake up with a lot of money missing because I'm a big boy, I can drink a fair bit, and you were never happy. And yeah, without the family, and everyone else, I went to plenty of the doctors, plenty of the things, and they all tried different things, and it didn't work for me. And I think just hanging out with the family and actually opening up to dad and opening up to pets, like to the ones, is just was such a relief.
That's good to know, because you said earlier that you keep yourself busy to keep the head noise at bay. We've spoken to a lot of blokes, a lot of older blokes, and there's an element where you know that doing these hobbies and doing all of that keeps you sane, but there's also an element where it's a coping mechanism to almost cover it up, and then those things are going to chase you.
Oh, they do.
So, and you're a young fella, so you need to just obviously make sure you know that you're dealing with the issues and not covering it up.
Yeah, so you can deal with the issues and try and cover them up, as we'll say. But I don't know, since I went through it and I'm not out of it, you'll never be out of it. It's always going to be chasing you. It's always going to be a little devil on your shoulder. But I can go places. I can go to comps right now and I can walk up to random people and I can sit there and go, you're not vibing. Like, you're not yourself. And it's not just you're having a sad day. You can 100% tell, like, you might not be able to get out of them, but if you can reassure them or say, hey, look, after it's done, give me a message. Let me know you're home. Just start the conversation. As soon as you start the conversation, that is the best thing I've figured out you can do, is just making sure people are all right. Not just going, he's not well, cool, whatever. Start the conversation.
With you saying that, like, it's something that's always going to chase you, have you thought about, sort of, now that you're getting older and you've found some ways to keep yourself busy and not have it just as a constant thing? Have you thought about, like, going and chatting to anyone, like I don't know, like a counsellor or a psychologist, and maybe trying to sort of use the fact that it's not a constant thing now, and maybe try and get to the root cause of, or just at least get some tools to help you?
The issue I had was when I was, 16, 17, just after my accident. I think I went to 5 counsellors. The first one waved a watch in my face and said, all your demons are gone. The second one...
That's not a counsellor.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's what I'm saying, but that was the first one that he charged me a lot of money, charged us a lot of money. Went to another one and they said, oh, it's not that, it's something else. Man, I know what it is. I've watched me nan chop a foot off. I watched me have a stroke. I got bullied through school or older youth. I know what's going on. I just need a hand to fix it. So we gave up on that, and it just kept on. They just try and fix other things, and you're like, no. I want to, help me think about the thoughts. Like, I'd wake up 1 o'clock in the morning every morning after my accident screaming, because that's when it happened. Like, I wanted a hand to get that fixed, and they all just, I don't know if Sydney would have been better, but out way parks, there's no one decent to talk to. Like, I don't know what it is about out there, but all the counsellors and all the rest of them just, I don't know, just didn't work for me anyhow. And I've heard a lot of stories from out bush that there's not many to talk to. And that's the worst bit about it, is we need somebody out there that's actually keen to talk.
So it is something that you're open to doing, though. It's just that you haven't found the right one.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it would be different now as well. Obviously, you're an older man, and you're coming from a place where there's more stability.
Yeah.
So often, when you're in crisis management, when shit's really falling apart, it's very hard to do that. That's why a lot of blokes might jump on the antidepressants just to get themselves stable enough to where they can now approach those issues.
That was the best thing I did, was jump on the antidepressants. I've always been on Ritalin for ADD, but jumping on the antidepressants just not leveled it, but leveled it in as such. It just made that little bit less hard. Because before, I couldn't go out of the house some days. I didn't like people. I couldn't see people. I loved talking to people, but it wasn't, I didn't want to do it. But it's just, I don't know, with the ADD and the non-autistic and the side of it, everything hits so hard. Like, you might say you suck, and in my head that's saying you're a dickhead. You're shit, you can't do it. So in my head, I've got to figure out ways, like we've all got to figure out ways, but you've got to figure out a way to take the shit things and go, that's cool. And you got to change them. And some of the comments, like, you get through the post and that, you've got to turn them from a a hate comment to a cool comment. You know what I mean? Like just things like that. You know what I mean? You can't let the little things kick you in the nuts and give up. So, I don't know. Same thing as, you know what I mean, the ADD and the depression side of things. You've got to take the good and the bad and put them together and go, cool, we're living. We're here, we're speaking.
I love that.
Yeah, that's me. That's my head. My head lots.
That's so good. It's like, but you know that you're on this this sort of journey, and that your filter in here is very different to what Maddie's filter is, what my filter is. Like everyone's filter in how they view the world or receive the world is always going to be different, and what you have gone through is going to change that too. So, but it's really good to sort of, even you being so young, you understand that,
Yeah.
and you're learning it.
Oh,
and it's exciting watching you learn it with how close we are too. So,
Oh, it's and as you know from some of that, mum and dad wouldn't let me drive home because they knew it wasn't good. You know what I mean? Security stuffed up. They had to stuff up. That's what happened to some of that. We all know that's what happened. But at that time, in that moment, I spent roughly, let's say, 20 grand to get to some Nats, to get the car ready, to get the car there, get the car filled. My sister's just had a little cute baby, you know what I mean? So family's awesome. But I didn't get to see family for over 2 months between working and getting the cars ready. So I missed Chrissy, I missed New Year's, you know what I mean? To get to some Nats, I did me 5 laps, had an awesome time. Next minute they go, you're out for doing skids on Skid Row. I'm like, I haven't even gone down it. So, you know what I mean? So then it hit. I'm sitting there going, what's the point of the car anymore? And it was just a spiral. Mum couldn't get out of it. Dad couldn't get out of it, which is just nuts. Like, you know, when they can't talk me down and get me out of it, that is bad. Like, it's crazy in my head. And it just wrecks you. But I look at that day now, and as much as it wrecked me that day, I step back and go, it wrecked me then, but I got through it, so what's the next? You got to look at the next and the next, because it killed me, and I was going to sell the car. Like, I was giving up. But then you sit back 2 days after and go, that was shit, but the video of it getting geeked out got 800,000 views. The hooligan video, pre-release video, got 1.4 million views. You go, that really, really sucked. That really kicked me in the balls, but now I'm sitting in a better place than I was 2 days ago. So I just find ways to cope with it, but you still sit there and go, you know, your head's still fighting you, but you've just got to fight the next battle. And
you know, I think like it was we had that chat. Like we went for a walk when you were in that
definitely
in that space, just to sort of like remove yourself from that situation, because there was, like you said, like everyone tried everything, but it had to be you.
Yeah.
You had to get yourself out of that.
Yeah.
So I just went, let's just go for a walk. You can sort it out in your own time, but just not here.
Yeah.
And I think I told you that there was like this, like so much good will come from this. Just don't do anything in anger.
Yeah.
Just, you know,
100%.
just sit here for a little bit and just wait. And then it got sorted the next day because you chose what you thought was the right thing to do, and it was. And everything worked out from it. And they're like, seeing you in that much pain because of the passion that you have for that, like, sucked so fucking much.
It was hard to watch.
It was like very, very
It
hard.
hurt a lot of people, sadly, but I wasn't well in the head that day. Like, you mean, for getting that news, and it just hurt me because I'm like, really? Like, you mean, like, I haven't done anything. I knew I didn't do anything. And it was just like, I don't know, just the thought in my head was no good. Like, it was not a good way. So, and as I said, mum and dad can normally talk me down and make me, but for some reason that day, just nothing was happy. Like, nothing was working. And I don't know how you got me to walk, but you got me to walk. That was nuts. Even mum and dad said, how did he do it? And I'm like, I don't know. Because I shut down. You might as well put me in a safe when I'm in that type of position because I don't talk. So I don't know what you did that day, but you made me talk.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, no.
It's just like,
because as I say, I shut down. I locked myself out. And you probably saw that from a lot of people. I just went, nah, get away. And that's not me. I don't normally tell people to stuff off, but I couldn't be there. And you mean, and it sucked on the day, but the next day was awesome. You mean, we got back in, we got the views. And I know it's not all about the views, but the more views to the Swift, the more out there it gets, the easier everything gets because, you mean, you're actually getting known. You mean, getting the comps are easy. I mean, Howtech's on board, which is awesome. Like, I mean, that's one of the biggest sponsors. But even 24/7, like hose and fittings in Sydney, we'll build Ricky's Manara in that 30-day period before Autofest. And it'd be 5 o'clock and I'm like, hey guys, I need this fitting. You know what I mean? Just, I need this fitting. Send me a bill and send it out. Lunchtime the next day was there. You know what I mean? Just the little circle around the car is awesome. You know what I mean? Just the guys that are on board.
It's not a little circle around the car.
It's little.
It's a very big circle around the car.
Yeah. It's kind of big, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got big. But, you know what I mean? It's still, we aren't chasing the fakes and we don't want the fakes. And I'm not trying to be fake. So if something goes wrong with the car, I'll quite happily tell you. If something else happens, I'll tell you. Like, it doesn't worry me. But, you know what I mean? It's awesome when the people that are helping you then jump on board helping the family. And it's just an awesome space.
I think that the best way that I think I've told this to you, but I'm not sure. And like, I don't mean this in like any negative sense. It's just like to promote how good of a person you are. So we took Hemi down to Summer Nuts. It was his first time at Summer Nuts, and he was
Little cool bugger.
oh he was like just so
was
stoked with
loving
it. But so he met you, and he knows how big Swifty is, and he met you, and he was so pumped to meet you, and like he did not get nervous around you at all. Like he was on your hip the entire fucking weekend. Like
awesome.
The
vibes were awesome.
Yeah, just idolized you. But then him around anyone else, he would get so nervous with. And he's like, oh, but this person. I was like, you know, Jack's bigger than that person, hey? And he's like, oh, it's Jack though. Like, it's just Jack. Like that shows like your authenticity and just you just have this, I don't know, like the vibe you give off is just so fucking real. And you and your mum and your dad and your brother and your whole family should be so fucking proud of that, because it's very, very special.
We've always done it, and we don't party separate. We party together, and yeah, we love to party. Like, not even love to party. We love the party. But
Love to party.
Yeah.
Here to party.
We're here to party, but we're also like Scott, the old boy. For the few months there when I was trying to get back, because after I hit the wall at Brash Nats, I nicked the wall at Brash Nats. It wrecked me because I was terrified of wrecking it. So he was in the car, and it didn't matter how many comps we went to. He organised a way to get there. Like, I mean, if it had to take a day off work, he didn't care. But it was every time you looked over at him when you could actually see him through the smoke, he had a smile from ear to ear, hand out the window. Like, it's just awesome. As I said, Mum the other day in the car, I even took Ricky in the car, and Ricky's a lot different than me, as you've seen. He's a lot less bouncy, a lot less A to D. But I looked over at him, and he's got one hand out the window, and he's like, and I'm like, I think I nearly made him smile. Like, I reckon he was terrified, but he's like, don't hit any walls, I've got to fix it, don't hit any walls. But just the spirits that we've got with this car is awesome. And just, it makes me smile.
What does the future look like the next year or so? So you kind of came in privateer, is that a word in burnouts? I don't know. But you were finding it off driving taxis and working your fucking ass off and doing a lot of the work yourself and with the family. As you said, getting a little bit easier as there's more attention, a few sponsors, but it's still like muchly.
I think that's the good thing to sort of mention as well, because a lot of people have this perception with like the big burnout cars, and like we've said so many times, like you have a big burnout car. Most people just go like, it's drug money. They assume it's all drug money. They don't see you working all these hours.
Taxi money, boy.
Yeah.
If it was drug money, I don't know. I get the concept, of course, but I don't get the concept of the drug money. Like, as you've seen, some of the photos, some of the videos you've probably seen over the times, it will be 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm just getting out of the taxi on a Saturday, and then it's 9 o'clock on Sunday morning. I'm in the shed, or, you know what I mean, back to work on Monday. There may only be 30 minutes worth of sleep some weeks. And you go to the comp and you're sitting there going, shit, we're here now. Now it's time to relax. But to get there, you've got to work. Like, a comp's not cheap. Like, Awesome got tyre sponsor on board, of course, and yeah, man, we got the help from the brother and the sister and the rest of the family. But getting to some of these comps, they're nuts. Like, even without the tyres and without paying full price for everything, a comp could be $3 or $4 grand for a 2-day comp or a 1-day comp. So getting there, getting everything sorted. It's not just the old VS day where you bought second-hand tyres and you partied. Like, that's what people don't realise, is when they come around and dirtbag all the boys, or he doesn't want to talk to me, or drug money, or this or that, that hurts. Because they don't see the hours and the hundreds of hours we put in a 24-hour day. Like, we don't have enough time to see family. And then you go to a comp and somebody goes, that's drug money, or that's daddy's money. It's like, some of it's daddy money because the family always helps, but, you know what I mean, we all work our ass off for what we do. Like, the true boys. And it's just, it hurts when you get the boy, like, from the weird outsider guys that just think it's all either drug money or like, I don't know. It's just some of the vibes, like, even at some, that's the worst. Do a burnout. Man, I've just haven't slept for 2 months straight. I'm not doing a burnout on the cruise route to get kicked out for your happiness. I'm here to cruise this thing. I'm here to party. I'm not getting kicked out for you. You know what I mean? Like, that makes you happy, not me. So the Skid Row's down there, guys. We'll go down there and do the burnout, or the pad's up there. But, you know what I mean? Like, the amount of abuse that gets held at the drivers, like around some nuts. Like, if you take a lady in the car, get your tits out. It's like, how about you get your mum, get your tits out? Fuck off. Like, you mean, just, the old some nuts was fun, where you could just lap and party. But these days, it's just like it's all about the people that are there. And you just sit there and look at some of the crowd and go, you probably couldn't afford noodles, let alone what we're driving. And it's just, I don't know. It's just weird, the money side of things. And the brother helps a lot. The old boy helps. Like, mum helps a lot. You mean, I get a lot. I could not afford to do this without the family. The cars cost me nearly 80 to build. And that figure doesn't get said very much. But that 80 isn't all my money. I owe a lot to my brother, and I owe him a lot to my brother's, like, shop, my sister's shop, my old boy, my parents. Like, if I'm ever struggling and the old boy will buy the shirts for the merch, he'll get paid back when the merch sells, or I'll pay back, you mean? But, like, we're not just sitting here making money, we're working.
On that note, we're going to have to round this one out.
Definitely.
But we'll chuck the links to all your social pages as well. So if anyone hasn't seen the car, jump across and have a look. There's a bunch of videos, super cool stuff. And for anything Better Bloke, you can jump onto betterblokeproject.org. We got all our events listed on there, as well as all the other podcasts, as well as a link to donate if you want to help us with the cause of fucking off suicide as the leading cause of death for Aussie Bloke.
Definitely jump on and do it. It's bloody awesome.
As always, be better.
You crushed
Cool.
that, bro.
Yeah.
That was so good.
I was trying not to talk too much. I know, but
You're like 10 minutes in, you're just like, all right.
yeah. I know, but I don't talk about it. Like, I talk about it to the people I need to, but never into a mic. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Fuck, I only saw my dad cry recently.
Yeah, it fucks you. That's one thing that you don't recognise, how much it fucks you. But
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Better Bloke. If you got anything out of it, show some love by dropping a 5-star review below.
If you want to learn more about everything we're doing, head to the description, hit the links and follow us on the socials. If you want to learn more about the project, head to betterblokeproject.org.